Good to see you again. This is the spot where we dig into the mysteries, the conspiracies, the whispers of truth hiding in plain sight. Not with panic, not with fear, but with curiosity, wonder, and just a bit of humor. So if you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit subscribe, and let's dive in together.
Who uprooted his family to Russia to escape woke America, has reportedly been sent to the front lines to fight.
Let's get this going today.
Moved with his wife Diana, their 3 daughters, and their dog to the small town of Istria near Moscow earlier this year after claiming the U.S. had become overrun by woke ideology. He was initially promised a non-combat role in the Russian military, first as a welder, then as a war correspondent. But now his wife says it seems he's going to be sent to the front lines. Huffman says the final straw that made him want to relocate to Russia was his daughter being expected to discuss lesbian relationships in school. A Texas father who...
He went to Russia to go fight. What a traitor.
Influencer has been declared the Roman Catholic Church's newest saint.
Left America.
Yesterday's canonization ceremony for Carlo Acutis. It drew a large crowd, including many of the young people that the church is trying to reach. Canonizations usually take lifetimes. Joan of Arc had
This just sounds like a publicity stunt.
years, but at just 15 years old, 19 years after he died, Carlo Acutis is now the first millennial saint. He's the first saint who wore jeans and Nikes, canonized by the first American pope. As a preteen, Carlo Acutis started building a website cataloging miracles. It went viral, spreading his reputation as God's influencer around the world. But at 15 years old, he was diagnosed with leukemia and died just 4 days later. For his mother, mourning was transformed into a mission to see Carlo Acutis, her son, become Carlo Acutis, the saint. But critics argue
that's really nice, though.
Come too quickly, pointing to the family's wealth and relentless promotion of his cause. The Catholic Church says the proof is in the miracles he performed.
For young people and millennials here, they say the proof of Carlo Acutis' sainthood is in his relatability. Someone who looked like he could be walking among them here.
They got a Gen Z saint.
Like Pietro from Northern Italy.
I have to admit, the resemblance is uncanny. Assomiglia tantissimo.
Let's hope I resemble him in my deeds too, he says. And from Texas, Selby Lilly and her son Conrad, wearing saintly socks.
So I'm a millennial, and it's really cool to see the first millennial saint canonized here in St. Peter's Square, where we're standing right now.
Oh, millennial saint. Okay.
A church that couldn't wait to show that holiness can look like a teen.
I don't know. I think he's Gen Z, though.
Now, it was supposed to be Pope Francis to preside
He's 15.
over the canonization, but
Yeah.
of course, he died earlier this
I guess she's reaching.
In Pope Francis's papacy, he made more saints than any other pope in history, driving a lot of the critics.
Well, it's good to start it off here with a positive one, I suppose. Well, no, I guess we started off with that traitor. But this one's nice.
The
Next.
easiest way to make $1 million is buy something that's $10 million, buy it for 8, and you sell it to somebody else for 10. There you go, you made 2. You don't have to do anything, you just buy something that's worth a lot and sell it to somebody.
Where do you get $8 million then?
Buy something that's $10 billion and they sell it for 11, they made $1 billion. That's how that kind of money is made. They're not making it, they're arbitraging value. The easiest way to make $1 million.
He's talking about used car sales, basically.
After a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas, to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a
Couldn't you just have it like just drive around on its own?
Inside a bag. We've reached out to David's representatives and are still waiting for a response. We begin with that breaking news. Details after a body was found inside a car at...
That's crazy.
They're convenient and available at many grocery stores, but as Consumer Reports explains, beneath that golden brown skin could be sodium, and a lot of it.
Do you think the golden, crispy rotisserie chicken under the supermarket heat lamp is a quick, delicious, and healthy dinner option? The truth might make you rethink. Behind that crunchy skin and tempting aroma lies a recipe of injected brine, sugar, additives, and processing techniques designed to extend...
Yeah, I love rotisserie chickens. I hope they don't fuck them up.
6 major supermarket chains use these tricks to keep prices low and profits high. Let's dive into why supermarket rotisserie chicken might be convenient but far from healthy. Like and subscribe if this video was helpful.
They're convenient and available at many grocery stores, but as Consumer Reports explain,
You gotta be careful.
Jesus was born September 16th, 5 BC, on the Feast of Tabernacles, when God moves in with his
Well,
people.
like, we have no evidence of that.
Got baptized October 6th.
This guy's just talking with confidence.
That's the day God forgives
He might have
sins.
something
They
to say,
died on
but
the 5th and
I don't
30th on
know.
Passover, when they killed the lambs for forgiveness. Are you seeing a pattern here? It's all Jewish feasts. But wait, there's more. Jesus didn't just die.
But wait, there's more.
He was buried during unleavened bread, came back to life on first fruits, sent the Holy Spirit 50 days later on Pentecost. That's another Jewish feast, Shavuot. Here's the mind-blowing part. Jesus' entire life story is written in the Jewish calendar thousands of years before he was even born. The spring holidays, fulfilled. Fall holidays, still coming. Here's the kicker. When the disciples asked Jesus when
Here's
he's
the
coming
kicker.
back, he said of the day
This is
of the
probably
hour,
some
no one
AI
knows.
content.
That's actually a Hebrew idiom for the Feast of Trumpets. He wasn't saying that's not for you to know. He was saying, I'm coming back on the Feast of Trumpets. Feast of Trumpets is Resurrection Day. So in his words, not mine, his words, he's coming back Feast of Trumpets in 2030. When is that? Look it up. September 27th. I didn't say it, he did. The abomination of desolation starts on first fruits in 2027. It's all connected. God literally.
This man vanished and never found again after he proves Earth's shape is not what we have been taught. Watch this.
Take this bowl here, pour a whole bunch of water on it, and watch none of the water fall off the bottom. It all sticks onto it. And while that's happening, and the water stays stuck. Not only that, you're at 1,000 miles an hour spinning this way, which also at 67,000 miles an hour, 67,000 miles an hour, while spinning 1,000, you're circling around the sun. And while that's happening, you're also chasing the sun through the Milky Way at 514,000 miles an hour. And every single night, the stars are exactly the same. Every single night. Every single night, the stars never change. Polaris is always exactly where it is.
This man vanished and never found again after.
Hey, does anybody else have that touch of autism where you can pick up on people's real vibe and intentions like pretty quick? And most of the time it's with people that everybody else is like, no, he's a good guy. And you're like, is he? Like, my BS-o-meter is very strong, which is probably why I only have a couple friends. It's also a tad of the Scooby-Doo-tism because we can pick up on the plot.
I think it's just being an empath.
Seconds into a movie with my wife and I'm like,
or pattern recognition.
Believe me. Then you get gaslit.
Or you can use a combination of both.
Person, you never give anybody a chance, so you do give somebody a chance just to prove your friends and family that you were right the whole time. They're all like, I didn't see that one coming, and you're like, really? But the fact that you can recognize patterns in people make you go, how did you not see it?
A brazen smash and grab heist caught on surveillance video. This happened at a jewelry store in San Jose, California. Video shows a car backing through the
Damn.
Moments later, more than a dozen masked robbers swarmed the store, breaking open display cases. A shirtless man, the store owner, was knocked to the ground. He suffered a stroke and was cut by broken glass. According to people who know him, he is expected to be okay. Police say no arrest.
He's just shirtless.
Help me understand why this is a good idea. This seems like a partially cracked window for extra money and additional steps. But you can't rule it.
That's pretty cool. It's for pew-pews.
Nepal just banned social media. You know the reason why they're not going to ban TikTok in the United States of America? Because they are chasing down politicians and whatnot, and they're doing this kind of stuff to them. This is them chasing them down the river. That's like the finance.
See, that's how you have a revolution.
Absolutely
You just
wild stuff.
chase down the politicians,
TikTok, since they're not going to ban it because they don't want to
beat their ass in the river.
Outrage. I watched this dude. He had 1 million followers. He said he got insider information on what they're actually going to do. They're just going to remove anyone that talks about anybody political, and then what they have done is they've made the app just complete brain rot. It's just a social media shopping app now, and if you try to post anything.
Why do we have school? Why are we in school? Why? Why are you here? What?
Daycare while your parents have to go to work.
Yeah, to get the degree, okay? To get the degree, okay, to graduate. What else? Knowledge, yes. Yeah.
This is China. You got the Chinese flag. And tells you pushing a chair.
Brainwashing. Okay, guess what, guys? The correct answer is brainwashing. Everything else is a lie.
Oh, the correct answer is brainwashing.
What do you do in school?
So that teacher knows it, if he's a teacher.
Class, you listen to a lecture, you read books, right? And then you have to do a test, and you have to write a paper, and then the teacher gives you a grade. That's how you learn, right?
Keep you distracted.
Let me ask you this question then. Throughout most of human history, how did we learn? If you want to become a doctor,
You can learn more on TikTok.
The answer is experience. Do it. Right? Let me ask you this question.
Those are all facts.
You're a doctor, okay? There are two paths ahead
Just
of you.
do
The
it.
first path is, you know what? I'm going to put you in a hospital, and you're going to learn there for like 10 years. Someone's going to mentor you. You're going to be that person's apprentice. Maybe the first year, all you do is like wash the floor. Okay? But you're going to observe the doctor. And then eventually the doctor's going in and tell you how to treat patients. Okay? That's the first system. Second system is you go to the best school in the world. Then you go to Harvard for undergraduate. Then you go to Harvard Medical School, the best medical school in the world. Okay? At age 30, who's a better doctor, number one or number two?
First one.
Obviously the first one, right? Because the second person, the person who went to Harvard and Harvard Medical School, did not ever work in a hospital. You understand? Now, let me ask you another question.
Well, there's arguments for both sides of that.
To be a good doctor.
You can be really good at working in a hospital. You can be a good nurse.
Anyone can be a doctor in the first system.
But if you're going to learn how to do like surgery, you have to have practice, like real practice.
Born the capacity to learn anything if you wanted to learn it, right? You want to be an engineer, you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a scientist, you want to be anything, okay? Just go find a mentor
Apprenticeship.
who can teach you.
They don't really have that nowadays.
Guarantee you that you will learn how
But that's how you do
And
it.
anyone can do this. But instead, we have a system in which
You can use ChatGPT as the mentor.
you're stupid.
That's a good one.
Smart students go to good schools and good universities, and they get good jobs. Stupid students go wash dishes. Okay? And that was not true for most of human history. It's true today, but throughout most of human history, you had to go learn something. All you had to do was go find a teacher. And that teacher would teach you. And then you would learn it. Right? Why do we have...
A 23-year-old young woman by the name of Irina Zareska,
Oh yeah, I heard about this one. This one's
left her job.
not a positive one.
Got on the train and sat down in her seat. To the right of her was a woman and a man.
Someone
And
says it's
behind
probably
her was
racism.
an evil individual by the
It could
name
be.
of Carlos Brown. Irina sat in her seat for 4 minutes with her earpods in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, everyone did notice. No one did anything.
Everyone else was doing on that train. The trash evil individual, Carlos Brown, took out a pocket knife, stood up, and stabbed Irina in the neck several times. After he stabbed that young lady in the neck several times,
Yeah, this
he
world's a
got up and
mess.
walked away, and nobody noticed that she got stabbed in the neck. It was after people saw
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. No one even noticed. No one like just saw that happen. They were just like
and a guy saw walk
too
back
busy
here and tried to
TikToking.
help her. But unfortunately, she died on the spot. 6 minutes.
It's kind of what we're
after the
doing,
stabbing,
but-
the train got to a stop, and the Carlos walked off the train.
I'm not on a
I
train.
understand how no one noticed this.
I didn't notice
I'm
that,
pretty sure
though.
That young woman was fighting for her life that entire time, and everyone was glued.
Imagine your kid grows up to be a rapper and starts rapping about how hard they had it. I'll punch my kid.
Video evidence has just
And my iPod need a charge.
been lied to for the past 6 years about the Jeffrey Epstein case. So the missing one
Yeah, of course.
that apparently didn't exist was just dropped on the internet yesterday, and it wasn't just a nothing burger. It actually shows, if you look over my head, that at the 44-second mark, somebody actually walks towards Jeffrey Epstein's cell in that missing 1 minute period that apparently, again, didn't exist. Now, this video being released to the public isn't just important because at the 44-second mark, it shows someone walking towards his cell, which is still insane, and I feel like not a lot of people...
They're just giving you breadcrumbs at a time. It's just never gonna come out. This would be like Kennedy. We're still asking questions.
But it's also important because this now proves that there was a...
Our grandchildren are going to be asking questions about this case.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, her official...
It's just a matter of weeks before the unique interstellar comet...
They're going to wait till everybody on that list is already passed.
Between the orbits of Mars
and then it gets released.
The 3I Atlas is actually some type of alien technology sent here from another solar system. Well, this weekend he made headlines again when he said that the object could actually be on a mission to release, quote, mini probes that could invade Earth. What are these mini probes you're talking about, and how would this even be possible?
Well, there are two possibilities. If it's a technological object, then it might maneuver itself. We haven't seen such a maneuver so far. But the other possibility is that it may release some other objects that reach the planets, and it will continue along its course to the next star. And we just need to keep our eyes on the...
Just possibilities. There's nothing really set in stone.
Often say to the...
So you don't think anything happened crazy during the eclipse today? Well, are you sure you were paying attention? Because I captured something crazy. This is the sun. That's a lens flare. So you tell me what that is. It's not a lens flare. And I've been saying for a while that the sun we see is just a projection from the sun in the firmament. And not only did I catch it, but my friend Brandon Thomas, who has the Expanding Reality podcast, used a solar filter and not only caught one, but he caught two. And you guys might not be Bible believers, and that's okay, because I wasn't either, until I realized we didn't live on a globe. But if you look at what the Bible says, it talks about the sun being in the firmament.
Maybe I'll look more into this one here.
Layers of the firmament. So if the sun was in the firmament, maybe we are seeing the reflections in the different layers of the firmament, where usually we just see the projection. So you don't think anything...
It's pretty crazy. 9/9 eclipse.
Guys, be very careful where you're getting your rice from, because what you're seeing right here is manufactured plastic rice, and there's a lot of videos all over the internet of people getting like rubbery rice. I'm going to show you soon, but look at this.
I'm going to come back to that one.
This is what's going on right now. And people are starting to
Rubber
notice.
rice, yeah, I've heard about shit like this. They do this with the meat. Everything's garbage.
Like rubber rice. Right? So we need to make sure that we're getting, again, organic food. There's a way to check if your rice is, you know, plastic or if it's natural. I'm going to show you right now. Just throw a little bit in a hot cast iron pan, and if it starts popping up, then you know it's real. If it starts melting, then you know it is plastic. And you're going to see in this video the rice, you know, it starts popping up and changing colors. That is what it should do. It's natural. See how it's popping up? See how they're all popping? And start changing a little bit more brown because they're burning. This is natural rice. But if it starts melting in the pan, you don't want to eat it. So be